Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the month of May. If you're new here, I'm Jenny. I am a shamanic healer. I'm a women's coach, and I do these oracle readings at least once a month here on YouTube, as well as some guided meditations. And you might even find some health and fitness stuff here on my channel as well, if that is something that you're into. We're going to get started this month with our reading from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle deck by Kelly Smith. This is my favorite oracle deck. I call it my OG deck because it's the one that I've had the longest and I use the most. I also call it my tough love deck because it does sometimes give us a dose of reality that we definitely need. But before I jump into these cards, I am just going to manage the energy a little bit with some Palo Santo. And I want you to remember that you don't have to be here in the presence of the Palo Santo. You don't have to smell the smoke. You don't have to be in the presence of the actual smell of Palo Santo in order for it to work, because it is the spirit of the Palo Santo tree that is going to be raising our energy today. So again, the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle deck by Kelly Smith is the one that I'm getting started with here today. And let's just see, what is the primary energy for the Sagittarius collective for the month of May, or whenever this video might find you. I don't believe in coincidences, so I think that if you are reading this message or hearing this message at a different time, then you're hearing it exactly when you were meant to hear it. So the primary message for the month ahead, please. Okay, and I'm getting awakening. Awakening, this is beautiful. So you're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your true self, your authentic self, your higher self. You're no longer allowing other people to dictate and rule your life for you. And that includes the masks that we put on. You're no longer allowing these masks to dictate the path that you're on. You're listening to your true self, your higher self. And that is definitely not something that comes easily. That's what this journey is for all of us. Eventually, we all get to this point where we're awakening, and our journey comes in layers and layers and layers. So for myself, for example, I had my spiritual awakening 13 years ago, but then I feel like I am constantly going through it, having a new awakening process that's happening. Now, we're going to clarify this reading, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into it. And then for those of you who are joining me on the extended reading at the end, we're also going to look at the Moonology Oracle. That one is by Yasmin Boland. We're going to look at the Romance Oracle, whether you're here for love or you have other relationships, or even if you're just curious about your relationship with yourself, we'll look at that. That's by Doreen Virtue. And then we're also going to look at the Shaman's Dream. Now, this is an oracle deck I usually reserve for myself, but I was feeling really called to pull it for all of you today. That one's by Colette Baron-Reid and Alberto Villoldo. And I love that deck, obviously, as a shamanic healer. It's one that I'm very, very tied to, and I find that it really does help to clarify the energy for me. And, you know, Sagittarius, April was quite the heavy energy. I mean, it was a fire sign, right? And it's a little bit much for a lot of us. There were some tricky energies that we were all navigating in the month of April, and the month of May actually feels quite a bit lighter. So I'm sure that you're going to have that experience as well, even though you did get the awakening card. That does indicate that, you know, you're listening to your true self, your higher self, which can be challenging for some of us. A lot of us have been so disconnected from our intuition for such a long time that it can be a little bit challenging to begin to listen to ourselves, to begin to listen to those nudges. Some of us, our intuition comes in different ways, right? You might have a gut feeling, you might have an inner knowing, you might see visions, you might hear messages from spirit. There's lots of different ways that you can be receiving messages from your higher self and learning to trust those. So just be aware that your intuition is going to come differently for each and every one of us. Now, what is the challenge that the Sagittarius collective will be experiencing in the month ahead, please, Spirit? All right, this one's coming up for a lot of the signs, okay? Automatic negative thoughts. So this one, Sagittarius, I mean, don't shoot the messenger here. Like I said, this is my tough love deck, right? So it calls us on our shit. It calls us on our self-sabotage. The automatic negative thoughts card says, like, hey, you got to get control of your thoughts here. Like, so many of us, our brains are wired for negativity, right? We have somewhere between 40 and 90,000 thoughts in a day. Most of them are subconscious, so we're not even aware of them. Most of them are negative. That's just how the brain works. The brain's wired for negativity. And most of them are repeating. And we know that what we put out there is what we attract, right? So this is like spirituality 101, the law of attraction. What we put out there comes back to us. Where focus goes, energy flows. And we're only able to manifest that which we are a vibrational match to. So if we are just pouring all of this energy into like, oh no, poor me, the sky is falling. Oh, it's not going to work out the way that I want because it's probably going to work out this way. We've got to understand we are powerful manifestors. You know, most of us, we only want to take credit for manifestation when we're manifesting things that we do want to happen into our life. But we also have to take credit that we have manifested things that we don't want to happen into our life by expecting that the worst is going to happen. That energy of expectation, that is powerful. If we expect the worst is going to happen all the time and then the worst happens, and like, why are we surprised that the worst is happening? We have nothing to be surprised for. I'll use my husband as an example because he's a Sagittarius. He flies a lot. So he's in airplanes all the time. And he's like, oh, it's so annoying. I always have these like giant men who just don't care about boundaries, and they sit down and they put their arms on both armrests and they spread their legs out. And my husband's a big guy. He's 6'1". He's like over 200 pounds. He's a big, strong guy. And then he's got these other giant men taking up all this space. And he always tries to be respectful on an airplane. He flies so often. He's always super respectful. And, he only wants to take up his space. He doesn't want to get in anybody's bubble. But he says like, oh, I always, always, always have these big giant guys taking up my space. And then that's the experience that he has because he expects it, right? He expects it. Now, if we could expect the good things just as frequently, just as powerfully, and with just as much confidence as we expect the bad stuff to happen, imagine what we could manifest into our lives, right? Like, you are a powerful manifester, Sagittarius. We all are. But this is coming to you for a reason. When you get the automatic negative thoughts card, it says, take power, take control of your thoughts. How do you change your thoughts when they're negative? Well, there's lots of ways to rewire our brains. But what I recommend is Spirituality 101, which says to take the attitude of gratitude. It's so simple. It's so simple. You can't be blaming, complaining, and criticizing. You can't be doing any of those things while you're in the energy of gratitude, right? When you're looking outside and you're saying, I'm so grateful that the sun is shining. I'm so grateful that the grass is so green. I live in a place where there's lots of forest fires in the summer. So I'm so grateful that we got rain last night. I'm so grateful that I can see the lake. I'm so grateful for this beautiful forest. I'm so grateful. You can't be grateful and complaining at the same time. Now, this card flipped out for me while I was in the middle of shuffling, and I feel really called to share it with you. It's a new door card, okay? There are new opportunities coming. Get out of your mindset, okay? Get out of this negative mindset or you're going to miss them. You're going to miss these opportunities if you're so focused on what could go wrong. If you're so focused on what could go wrong, you're not going to see what could go right, okay? Spirit, can we get a message here that will help the Sagittarius collective move through this self-sabotage, move through these automatic negative thoughts? What will help them? My husband, if I'm not mistaken, he's a Sagittarius rising too. So he's like super Sagittarius. I'm like listening. I'm channeling this message. At the same time, I'm listening. I'm like, okay, what do I need to know about my husband for the month ahead? Okay, because we're a team, right? He's my partner. So what is affecting him is essentially affecting me as well. Let's see here. Okay, so auric field. So this one is super simple. It's going to be really helpful for all of you. And I say this all the time. Cleanse, ground, protect your aura. Okay, cleanse, ground, protect your aura. Do this all day, every day. I used to make the goal for myself to cleanse, ground, and protect my energy every single day. Well, now I do it all day, every day. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. Especially for those of you who are empaths. If you can feel other people's energy, if you can feel energy, then you need to take energy cleansing, grounding, and protecting way more seriously. For myself, because I work with a lot of people, I will cleanse, ground, and protect my energy before and after I have one-on-one one-on-one sessions with clients, before and after readings, before and after healing sessions. I've got a group program, I've got a membership, so I will cleanse, ground, and protect my energy before and after, showing up for Zoom meetings for those types of things. Because as empaths, we do pick up other people's energy. And, it can also help when we're in that negative mind space, cleansing our energy, when our mindset is just not in a good spot. So how do you cleanse your energy? There's lots of ways. I really like visualization. I'll put a video at the end of this one. I have a meditation here on YouTube, energy cleansing and grounding meditation. Protection's up to you. An easy way for most people to protect their energy: rub your hands together, create some chi, and just create a bubble around your body. Or you can visualize a bubble around your body. You can visualize a shield. You can wear protective crystals. There's lots of different things that you can do to cleanse, ground, and protect your energy. For energy cleansing, this one's really important. It's about coming into right relationship with the spirits that help us cleanse. So I started at the beginning with some Palo Santo. Palo Santo is actually not my favorite for cleansing. It is my favorite for raising our energy, for raising our vibration. Sage, if you're coming into the relationship with the spirit of Sage, she is extremely, extremely cleansing. She can wipe out any negative energy anywhere super fast, okay? Sage is wonderful. And then my personal favorite is Florida water, Agua de Florida. So if you're going to get some of this, get it from Murray and Landman and get it from the Peru factory, okay? This is like liquid sage. You can put this in a little spray bottle, spritz all the way around you. It's super fast, super effective, super easy, and super powerful. Grounding your energy, go outside. We're in Taurus season. Taurus is an earth sign. This is all about getting outside. Now, Taurus is also the bull. Taurus is also stubborn. So if you're feeling a lot of resistance to grounding, push through that resistance. What resists persists, right? So cleanse your energy, ground your energy, protect your energy every single day. If you can't get outside with your bare feet and your bare hands on the earth, you can always close your eyes and visualize your roots going down deep. There's definitely an opportunity here. You got the auric field card as how to move through any self-sabotage. Cleanse your energy, ground your energy, protect your energy. This literally says it's time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. You may also want to look up the microcosmic orbit. It's a Qigong exercise, and it can really help build up your power. Build up your power. There's something here for you, not just about cleansing, grounding, and protecting, but also about building up your power. Now, Spirit, let's get a message for the Sagittarius collective about aligning with their highest path, their highest purpose, their highest timeline in the month ahead, please. Okay, visionary. This is what I'm talking about. Manifestation. Manifestation, okay? Get out of your head. Get out of your head. These automatic thoughts have there's no space for them here. You've got the new door card, so new opportunities are coming. The visionary card says that you are learning how to synthesize all of your ideas into action, okay? So you're learning the art of manifestation. What did I say earlier? We like to give ourselves credit for being incredible manifestors when we manifest what we do want, but we're also manifesting what we don't want all day, every day. So the visionary card is calling for you to focus on what do you want more of in your life? More happiness, more joy, more love. Maybe it's things, maybe it's tangible things. Maybe you're trying to manifest a new car or a new house or money. There's so many different things that we want to manifest for different reasons, and there's nothing wrong with anything. Whatever you desire, you only desire it because it's for you. You wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't something that you're meant to do. You wouldn't have the desire if there wasn't already a version of you living that experience on a different timeline. You just have to align with that timeline. How do you do that? Well, the visionary card tells us to visualize it. Visualize it. Close your eyes and see it as much and as often as you can. I've been getting so much for so many of the signs this month to lay down in the grass, a field, a meadow, something like that. Lay down on the earth, like just with your heart wide open up to the sky. Let the sun shine down on you and visualize it. Close your eyes and imagine it. Imagine what is it going to be like. Do that as much and as often as you can, especially during the new moon at the end of the month. That's when we sow our seeds of intention. We just finished a new moon. So depending when you're watching this video, we could still be in the new moon energy. But you're being called to visualize it, to see it, and then align with that energy of it's already happened. It's already happened. When we're closing our eyes and we're visualizing what it is that we want to manifest, we're raising our vibration up to become an energetic match to what it is that we want to align with. Like, let's take the house, for example. If I visualize myself in my new property, I'm putting out the energy, the frequency that it's already happened. I can feel it. I can feel the peace that I'll feel on that property, the excitement of building chicken coops and gardens and all of that stuff, all that jazz. You guys know I'm going to have a homestead channel one of these days. And I can, feel the fresh air. I can hear the peace. All you hear out there is the birds and the animals, and it's just so peaceful. I love it so much. And I'm excited for what this has in store for me. But let's be real. Often the fear, the doubt, the worry, the insecurity can come in. And then we drop that vibration down of that energy of this is not going to happen for me. Well, what if it doesn't work out? Well, what if there's too many problems? Well, what if there's not enough money? What if there's this? What if there's that? What if nobody buys this house? What if, we get into the energy of what if, and that drops our vibration. And then we only become an energetic match to that reality occurring. So what are you going to do? You are powerful, Sagittarius, more powerful than you realize you are. Way more powerful than you realize that you are. What is the final message for the Sagittarius collective for the month ahead? Now, if this is resonating with you, please let me know down below in the comments. I always appreciate all of your likes, all of your comments. They really help. I mean, I like to know what's going on in your world, but they also help more people see this video, right? So the more people who see these videos, the more likely I am to show up for these videos. It really does support the channel. So I appreciate that. And when you share the videos as well. If you're going to be joining me on the extended reading, we're going to be going live on Zoom a couple times a month with the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership, and all of the Sacred Self-Empowered Community members do receive access to these extended readings as well. We'll dive a little bit deeper with the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle, and we'll also look at those other oracle decks that I've mentioned earlier, Moonology, Romance Angels, and the Shaman's Dream. But to wrap this video up, let's just look at the final message for Sagittarius for the month ahead, please. All right, restlessness. Restlessness. This is like a mirror card to automatic negative thoughts. It's time to calm the waters of your mind. When this card comes up, I recommend actually going to the water. If you've got a lake, a river, an ocean, even a creek nearby, go to the water. Go to the water. Get in the water. You can have a Himalayan salt bath. I really love pink Himalayan salts, a lot better than Epsom salts. But don't use your phone in the bath. That defeats the purpose, right? The phone is a way of numbing out. The phone is an unhealthy coping mechanism. And then you got the auric field card. So definitely pink Himalayan salt baths will be really good for you this month, as much and as often as you can. But when we bring the phone into the bath, it does the opposite. We get stuck in fight or flight, right? We're numbing out. So it's not the same as just having an actual cleansing bath. So you drink lots of water too. Drink lots of water. When the restlessness card comes up, it tells me to get in and around and within the water. Okay, so drink lots of water, get in the water, and go near the water. And that will help you get out of your head and into your heart. Get out of your head and into your heart, Sagittarius. That's really important. I'm getting for some of you, automatic writing could be really helpful. Automatic writing. So if you struggle to journal, just do a brain dump. Just do a brain dump. You don't have to know what to write. Just take everything that's going on in your head and put it down onto paper. That could be so incredibly effective. It can clear your head out. It's moving energy. It's moving all these thoughts that are overtaking you. Do some of you even say, I live in my head? Is that a phrase that you would say? You got to let me know in the comments if that's something you say, because I just heard that. I live in my head. Yeah, I feel like some of you, that's something that you say. It's yeah, I'm always in my head. I'm always in my head. I live in my head. Well, get out of your head, because it's not serving you. It's causing stress. It's causing anxiety. It's causing worry, fear, doubt, insecurity, scarcity. Get out of your head and into your heart. Cleanse your energy, Sagittarius. That's really going to help you. I hope to see you over on the extended reading. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful month ahead.